Hey Trackies, welcome back to another video here on TXT Track Time. Trackies, you don't know how to think of. Please smash that like button. And boy, on a me who don't like it free. So please hit that like button. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so. Now, Trackies, as you can clearly see, you know who we're talking about today. Brianna Lyston, another phenomenal junior athlete here in Jamaica. No, you don't know. We've been hyping her up all season, and to us, she did really fantastic. And we want to talk about, now that she's off to LSU, what do we expect in 2023? And of course, beyond. So, Tom, well, I don't know if we're going to touch on beyond really, but what happened for her this season, and of course, what we expect in 2023. So, Tom, take it away. Tell me what you thought of her and what are your expectations?
I guess for Brianna Lyston, what we really saw this season, and it came at the right time as far as her career goes. Getting that scholarship to LSU was the rebirth of the Brianna Lyston of old.
Yeah.
Track is for those new to track or for those who don't have a long memory. You can recall that when Lyston was 10, 11, all the media from around the world came to
Was it
interview
10,
her.
11, or was it 12?
Thereabouts. All the media from around the world came to interview this young lady when she ran those ridiculous times. And then, for whatever reason, whatever happened, she was faced with injury for, I would say, around 3 to 4 years. And then this season, well, it started last year. It was building slowly last year. And this season, we saw Brianna Lyston demolish the track. Track is we're talking about, unbeaten in the 200 meters. And what did she pick up this season? Just ISA Boys and Girls Athletics Championships 200-meter gold.
And the record.
The big deal.
No, the big deal is the record.
And the championship record. Carifta Games 200 meters gold. And of course, the big one, World Junior Championships 200-meter gold. And track is I could go into to the relays as well. Gold medals littered here and there and everywhere. Track is she had then, of course, in the 100 meters, outstanding performance. Track
Lost only once to another phenomenal Jamaican athlete, Tina Clayton.
Lost once in the 100 meters. Brianna Lyston had the right season at the right time.
Spectacular season.
Booking herself a spot on the prestigious LSU athletic program that they have that has produced the likes of Alia Hobbs. I don't know.
The infamous Shakira Richardson.
Of course, we can't leave Shakira out of it. There are quite a few athletes that LSU has produced. So from what I know of the US collegiate system, they should be going into indoors round about right now. So if indoor training hasn't started yet, it will definitely be starting in a week or two. I think it should have started. When we're looking over at her Instagram profile, it seems like she's already in training.
Yeah.
Right. So she will be training for indoors. And that will be something new and exciting for Brianna Lyston, running that, weird curve there. That
Not only the weird curve, but then there's some of the tracks, there's a raise up for the 60 that you also have to get used to, because I've seen quite a few Jamaican athletes fall at the end of the finish line. And of course the curve, there's the dip and up and all sorts of things going on. So it's definitely going to be a learning curve for her.
Right. So there's going to be some adjustment there. So what I expect from her for this season is just to get in there, and get herself acclimatized. She's a freshman. We have the the NCAA indoor championships coming up early next year. Let us see how she does in that. We'll see her competing probably in the 60 meters. She will have to get out of her, what's that called?
Her zone.
Right. Pack this big that, what we're talking about track is. So she'll have to make it out of there. But let us see. And even so, everything is just a learning experience from now. So T, I don't know if we want to talk long term. Where do we see her career going at LSU? Or we're just excited that she's in this phenomenal program and we're looking to see whatever she brings. We're just here to support her, really.
For sure, I'm here to support her 100%. Regardless of whatever choice she made, we saw Tina and Tia go pro. We saw Kerika Hill also go pro. She chose to go to college, supporting her 100% in her decision, and of course, absolutely excited. As it relates to what am I looking at? I'm looking at more short term because I don't want to go too far. With this analysis. So as it relates to next season, what I love is that, and all right, I would have talked about Kevona on this channel already and said that I felt like she should have gone to MVP, and MVP UTech doesn't matter whether it's pro or college, just the setup, because I thought the setup would have really assisted her in terms of getting her technique on point, because she had such a bad start. And I thought, if anything else, we need you to go someplace that works on that start. So for Brianna Liston, what I love is what she brings to the table straight out of high school. Something I learned over the years watching American college athletes is that they don't teach them no type of technique, no kind of running form, no kind of nothing. Then just get up and run. And I've always thought that that was the weirdest thing. So whatever you take over there, you have the best of I guess nutrition, training equipment. You have all of those lovely things over there. But in terms of getting your technique right, I don't really see it happening over there at the college level. But for Brianna Liston, she carries that with her. So I love the fact that she already has that base. So now utilizing, everything that they have over there to offer, I just foresee her, getting faster and faster, quick as well. Right. So I definitely see her making an immediate impact when she goes. I looked at her start, at champs. Her start was good. So her first 60 is good. I'm expecting an immediate impact right away in the 60s, right? But we are Jamaicans, we don't really focus on the 60s. So, what's gonna happen in the 100? Well, let's put it this way, right? I said to you that in a few videos back, Tom, when we were talking about Brianna Lyston and Tina, I was saying like these girls are in sub 11 shape, right? And then that race at champs for me proved it when they ran neck and neck and finished, but it was a negative 2.8 meters per
We're
second
talking
win.
about the 100
Right,
meters.
that 100 meters. And I remember thinking to myself, if they had a win even similar to what Kerika had, or in that class 2 race, or maybe not even so much, they'd have definitely dipped below that 11-second barrier. And what made me feel like I was right in my analysis of that, because right after that we saw Tina. Granted, Brianna didn't run the 100 meters after that, right? But we saw Tina go sub 11 twice. So for sure, and if she was neck and neck with this athlete, I'm thinking for sure she's somewhere, close to there as well, right? Tina obviously being the better 100-meter athlete right now, for sure, for Jamaica, the number one. Brianna is right behind her. So I'm thinking that, her times are, close to her. So going into next year, the big question is, again, it's a world championship year. Should she even try, to make the team? Can she? I'm like, why not? Why not? If you're an 11-second sprinter, even just for experience, just turn
Oh,
up
so you're
and.
speaking about making the team for the 100 meters or
No, I'm
the
not saying
200?
making the team. I'm saying turn up. Well,
Turn up
if
for
you
which
go to the
one, though?
trials,
Which one
if
do
you're
you
going
think
to the
she,
trials, you're going to try to make the team,
for
right?
which one should
The
she turn
100
up
I'm
for?
speaking to.
Okay.
100.
Why
So
did you
I'm
choose the
saying,
100 versus the 200? Do you think she's closer as far as the 100 goes?
all right, it's not about being closer to with the 100. It's just that there's more opportunity with the 100. Opportunity meaning that you have the chance of getting into the relays if you perform well, versus the 200. It's pretty much tied up as long as Shelly is still running that 200. there's no way anybody's getting in. It's going to be tied up with Elaine, Sharika, and Shelly. There's nowhere anybody, and I don't see anybody getting into that 200 meters next year, right? For me, that's locked. So, but as I said, for the 100, there's opportunity in terms of, possibly you can get a relay spot. And of course, nothing beats experience, right? So if I had Tina showing up and, doing her best and possibly making the team, because again, remember, you can't choose all 8 people. You can choose 8 people to run, to be a part of the relay pool. So if they make it to the finals, they potentially have the chance of making it onto that relay pool. So I feel the same way I feel about her for as Tina, that they should just go out, put on the best performance that they can, build on what they did this year, and see what it brings. I'm not trying to put any pressure on them to say, oh, I want that they're going to make the team. No, I'm giving them the time they need to, mature and in the sport and get faster. But if it comes, it comes, and I'll be excited for it.
Okay, well, what I have to say is, and this sounds strange because I did the opposite thing when it related to Sandre Davison when we were speaking about him in our video about him. I said I could see him, even top 8, making that team, making the relay pool for the 100 meters, but not to knock.
No, that's not what you said. You said you saw him making the individual team.
Well, even so, I see him there or thereabouts.
Okay.
But then I'm not knocking the men, but the male program or the male athletes, it's just not at the same level as the female athletes. So, borrowing from what you actually said, you wouldn't put Sandre ahead of so many persons. I feel like that for the 100 meters with Brianna Lyston.
Off the bat, give me your 8. Give me eight girls right now that you think are better than her.
I'll put all the
including the fastest people.
Let's remove the big 3 and Brianna Williams.
No, we have to count them because that's
no. That's
4 lanes gone.
So I'm saying that's 4. As I'm still putting Kevona.
So you're saying Kevona right now is better than Brianna Lyston?
I'm saying right now she is. Okay. I mean, she did run 10.8 last season, and
was it 10.8 or was it a 10.9? I think the 10.8 was the 10.8 isn't legal.
Well, whatever time, well, she definitely went sub 11 last year, and not only that, we're seeing an improving Kevona Davis. We're seeing a Kevona that is fighting.
So Kevona, I don't think her technique is better.
We're already at 6, and I haven't even gotten around to Tina Clayton yet. I haven't gotten around to the lights. So I haven't gotten around to. Oh my God, all of our seniors.
I mean, there's Shakura Wallace that's doing really good,
Ramona Burchell, Natalia White, the names are just not on the top of my mind.
But none of these girls. Most
of them made it to the finals and did run.
Yeah, but I'm talking about sub 11. What were they running sub 11? No.
We
had
around 3 athletes sub 11 last season, if I'm not mistaken. We had about 3 of the senior athletes outside the big 3 sub 11 last season.
So we had Brianna Kemba. We had Brianna Kemba
or Brianna.
I think that's it. Oh, and Natasha Morrison. So we had
Natasha. We had Natalia, maybe. I have to look back at the time.
No, Natalia. No, I don't.
There was somebody else though. But anyway, what I'm basically saying is that Jamaica has at least 10 to 12 persons strong that can go sub 11 or have gone sub 11 that are still actively competitive. Okay. So for the females, what is Brianna's personal best? 11.16 now, and 4. I agree. 11.14, and I agree with you as well that there is more there where that 11.14 came from. Once she gets she gets
the right conditions, everything.
Right. So we have to remember that she's in the collegiate program as well, and they're not necessarily training her to peak for the national trials, whereas some of our athletes, and most of them have gone pro. I mean, Kevona is still not pro yet. However, we have Brianna who has switched coaches. We have all the other pro athletes that are running in Jamaica now. Everybody's really hungry and everybody's fighting. There's just too many. There are too many female athletes now.
There's so many, and I do agree.
But are working hard. And she's collegiate. Let's not remember they have, they have to work for their brands. They have contracts. They have to work. They have obligations. We have athletes athletes out there that have
Okay, but
obligations.
speed kills. Speed kills, and if I'm faster than you, I'm just faster than you, regardless or
I
not,
agree,
whether what you're
and
working
mind
for.
you, I feel the same way about Brianna as I do about Sandra Davidson as far as natural talent, and I can just see, like I can just look and see that she's special, like something special. But just because of the route she chose now, which is not to immediately go into, pro training for, like for
All right, this
competition,
is where I don't agree with
I
you. I get what
can't
you're saying,
see,
right?
I
But
can't see it happening. I
I
can't even
remember a
see
very
her
popular
going
story.
to try and make the team. In fact,
All right, this is my thing. I get what you're saying, but I remember a very, very popular story with Omar McLeod. And I don't remember if you remember Trackies, but he said, the deal with going to Auburn. Was it Auburn? Gosh, I don't want to say it wrong. Was it Auburn that he went to? No, it's not Auburn. What's the next one?
it's out of my mind.
It's not Auburn. I'll try to remember before the video ends. But right when he went off to college, the deal was 2 years. Right, the deal was 2 years to get him pro level. So I'm saying when these athletes are so good, it's not about just going in and falling in line and becoming part of the crowd. No, they're different. There are different things that are set up for them, requirements in my mind for the school to get them to achieve before they even select that college, because Brianna is one of the best juniors out there right now. So I don't think she just went to college willy-nilly and said, okay, I'm going to college and I'm going to enjoy the college experience. No, there had to be something to be like, okay, get me to this particular point in X amount of years. Can you do that? If I believe your program can do that for me, then I'm going to join your program. So I
Right.
think that is what is happening. And I don't think she's going to spend all 4 years there. I believe it's a 2 year and done deal.
If I was her, and I'm serious about track and field, I would not be doing more than 2 years. You don't want to be turning pro at 22. By then, the game has already left you. You're behind the eight ball. So Amar, yes, he was at Arkansas, which of course is
Right,
also
Arkansas.
top,
That's the one I was trying to remember.
right,
So the
top
deal was the
school.
deal was they would get him professionally ready in 2 years, and that's exactly what they did. And he went pro in 2 years. So I'm saying when an athlete is that good, the colleges will do things for you to get you ready for whatever goals or aspirations you have. So if her aspiration is to get to maybe 10, 8 in 2 years, then that's what we're going to see happening, and then boops pro kind of thing. So I'm not counting her out for sure. And I know, and let me tell you something, another thing I noticed, you remember that they have now done the whole college athletes making money thing, right? I don't really know how that translates, but for sure I remember vividly this season I heard a lot of Jamaican athletes saying their program is not scheduled towards the NCAAs. It's to come to trials and make the team and go to the the world championships. I heard a lot of them saying that. So these athletes have become smarter now. So it's not just about going to the NCAAs and killing themselves off. Even Kemba, we saw at one point I was concerned and I was wondering to myself, is what's going on with Kemba? Is she gonna make it in time for trials? Is she gonna be good? And what did we see? She
She
came
was
out at
right,
trials and
right
she
on
ran her
time.
best race of the season there. Remember, she lost indoors, and we were like, "Oh my
And
God, she
outdoors, she
lost."
was right. I was wondering what happened to her
Everything,
this year.
everything for Kemba was geared towards the senior championship and making the team. So I'm saying for athletes that are this good, that know what they want, they will be gearing everything they're doing
One,
to, you know,
um,
the
the
championship.
iPad is on your bedside table. Yes.
So yes, I'm
Intuition.
saying there's no way her training program is geared towards NCAA. If somebody tells me that, I will not believe.
Oh, okay. Well, I, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just thinking that top eight, I can't see it.
You can't see it.
I can't. And there's one other thing, because I didn't. You notice I didn't mention Tia. I know well. I'm not saying that, and then I don't believe that the 200 meters, the 100 meters is on your bedside table, my baby. I don't believe that the 100 meters is her pet event. I would say it would be the 200 meters, and Also, I didn't mention Tia in the load of persons that I mentioned, but I also expect her to have a faster way down to that sub 11 than
So
Brianna Lyston
this is my
for
thing.
the just for the
We're
100
expecting
meters.
Tina and Tia and everybody else to get faster and potentially make the finals. We're not talking about teams or whatever, just potentially make the finals
No,
at
I don't see
trials.
Tia in the finals either for now. Another
Okay.
year.
Okay, I
Mhm.
get you now. Oh, I
I'm
was
just saying
just
that she
checking
would add
because
to the
if we're
list
having
of
Tia
people.
in the finals, I just wanted to
No.
know what you were saying. All right, I get you. All right. Is that it?
Yeah, right. So, but anyway, track is we're really sidetracked a lot. But the moral of the story is that we're here to support Brianna Liston's
And she looks so
transition.
good going through her paces. I saw her online and I'm like, yes, girl, get it.
We're here to support her transition to LSU. As T said, things seem to be going great for her. T and I have different opinions about what her next step should
No,
be.
how long? It's not what her next step is, how long it will
How
take for her
long,
to
right?
get there.
I can't see her even going to the trials to try out at all, whereas T can see her potentially making the top 8 in the 100 meters track is. That's a lot of mix up. Tell us what you think in the
How is it
comments.
mixed up?
It is because it's like we're like a really, this is the first we're like at polar opposites.
Oh no, I
Like
don't think so.
total opposites.
I think if we're comparing Tina and Brianna, then I see it. Right? That's how I
As far
see
as
it. If
talent goes, yes, but as far as
not
like the
talent, I'm talking
semantics,
in just in terms of times that were laid down on the track. And I'm saying when I look at that champs race told me everything I needed to know about how Brianna could potentially perform if she had done the 100 meters, say at Carifta or on the 20s. So I think that told me everything I needed to know in terms of what to expect from her. And I definitely put her in the equation with Atina.
okay, so okay, so right, so that's where we are track is. That's where we're with that. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. I hope you stay to the end of this video. It went on and on.
I don't know,
And
I don't know.
again, if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and share our video. T?
That's it. We'll catch you in the next one.